Yes, you could be sitting in the Hall of Fame and the world will know your name. Good evening and welcome to Personality Profile here on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm Lexis Bill, and you know I always look forward to Thursday evenings. Of course, we get to spend time with amazing people doing great things in Ghana and beyond. And this evening, I've got one such great conversation for you. Before I tell you about it, we're live on Facebook. You can actually check out our video live on Facebook and share it in your WhatsApp groups and on your WhatsApp statuses and invite your friends and family to join in because you're going to enjoy this conversation. Yeah, you're really going to do that. Yeah. Now, this evening I spent time with a very young, hard-working brother who's charting a very colorful and powerful path in the corporate world. I mean, hardworking is an understatement, to be honest. He has toiled and worked his way up the corporate ladder, not just in Ghana, but around the world. And today, he finds himself in a very enviable position at the helm of one of the very influential organizations in Ghana, a product of Kumasi High School. Chartered accountant, a fellow of both the ACCA and ICA in Ghana. His career started with accounting firm Ernst& Young, considered as one of the top 4 firms globally, taking him through PricewaterhouseCoopers, mining firm Newmont, oil companies, Schlumberger and Weatherford, and finally to MultiChoice, where he sits as the Chief Executive Officer. He oversees over 400 plus staff at MultiChoice Ghana, a company that has made a very major impact in the media and communication industry in Ghana for close to 30 years. My guest is a man of many parts. Now, when I decide to take a career in music, he's going to be my music director. And thankfully, he's also a Chelsea fan, so he's a blue brother. You know what I mean? Please help me welcome the Chief Executive Officer of MultiChoice Ghana, Mr. Alex Okyere. Welcome, brother.
Thank you very much.
How you doing, man?
I'm good,
My
I'm good.
blue brother. Before the show, we're talking about the woes that we're in.
We want to go that tangent.
Chale.
It's going to be difficult, but yeah. Good evening, Lexis, and good evening to the listeners.
Yes. We're happy to have you here, man. How you doing, by the way?
Not bad. It's been business. August is a very busy month for us. So,
Why do I have a feeling busy sound like good?
Yeah, busy.
A good month.
Good
For you, the EPL just started.
Yes.
So,
yes,
I mean,
yes.
DSTV is smiling.
Yes, it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem. I mean, earlier today I was talking about the Big Brother Niger as well.
Yes.
It's got a frenzy of a lot of people. People are stuck to their channels 24/7. So
Yes.
you're having a good time. It's a good problem.
I'm not complaining.
If I entered your living room right now, which channel would the TV be on?
223.
223. That's right.
League.
Super Sports.
I love football, so I'm happy where I am because you see when what you do that brings you food on the table coincides also with what you love.
What you love, even better.
Yeah, that's a banana bongo.
No. Hey, what cheaper? Banchina bongo.
So we Kumasi boy.
That's right. Kumasi Enfa.
Oh, Kumasi travel baby. Akwatiala Edechem. So.
Oh, nice. Correct. Siano.
Correct. Kumasi.
Listen to now, Kumasi Kakrao.
Oh,
I inside estate. You odium.
I inside and I can't criminal to Kumasi High School.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. Anyway, so I mean, it gets busy around this time, obviously, like you said. But you've been at the helm for about 2 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you describe the period?
It's been tiring, but I think it's worth it, right? So when I took over, obviously there were a lot of challenges, that we needed to resolve. We had, sales issues. Go TV was not really kicking the way we wanted it to kick, and all that. So it was a very busy first few months.
Yeah.
Our corporate office is in Dubai, and they are 4 hours ahead of us.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So when I joined, I mean, they want one plan or the other, So sometimes
you
I
have to wake up early.
Yeah, sometimes I had to get to the office like 4 a.m.
Are you serious?
Get my slides ready for a presentation to them, on what we're going to do to change most of the, to resolve most of the issues that we had
Yeah.
at that time. So the first few months was really
Hectic.
hectic, but it's good. It's a good experience. When you go through these things and you don't break,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah, you're doing well. So, but now I think we're at a point where we did some changes in the teams and all that. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. So
Yeah.
now I can delegate a bit more. Get people doing what they're supposed to do. So I think now it's not as hectic
Yeah.
as 2 years ago when I started.
So traditionally, you're used to a lot of accounting.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
yes,
your
yes,
your
yes.
life has been all about accounting, but now you're in a position where I think you hardly do any accounting nowadays. Probably more people management, strategy, and whatnot.
I don't remember the last time I saw a debit and a credit.
I know, right?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I don't even concern myself with accounting. I mean, the
Yeah.
finance people will handle it
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. So now it's about strategy.
Mm-hmm.
How do we achieve the targets of the business? How do we sell? How do we increase the subscriber numbers? So I spend a lot of my time. When I started, actually, I think I was spending about 80% of my time on sales and marketing alone.
Really?
Because, I mean, that was one of the big areas that we needed to resolve. I'm sure now when you go around, you see a lot of, you can feel our brand a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
So
even on my show, I mean, we're a partner. I love talking about
easy,
the brand.
easy,
So,
easy. So, I mean, we spend time workshopping
Mhm.
on sales strategies. How do we optimize our sales? Now, I'm sure you can see we are in your faces, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that was the strategy to, come and say, okay, yeah, every home can afford a DSTV.
Right.
Let's go out there and show them that they can afford DSTV.
Mm.
Let them come on DSTV. So yeah, I think it's working so far.
How
Yeah.
much of a rewiring, I'm talking personally,
Mm.
did you have to do to move into, strategizing on sales and marketing when primarily you've done accounting a lot of the time?
I had to throw away everything I know in accounting. Traditionally, accountants are, the people that will say no first. I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah,
whenever you want to, okay, let's spend something on marketing. Let's,
yeah.
spend this on this sales improvement, whatever. Accountants are the first people that will say, no,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
should we spend, right? So I had to, put that traditional accounting thing behind and say, Alex, now you're not an accountant, you are the managing director.
Yeah.
You see, if we do the books well, send our reports on time and all that, nobody will really say you've done well. But if you deliver results in terms of the business results, sales, numbers, and all that,
Yeah.
then they will say you've done well because accounting, you've done it.
Yeah.
So I had to just throw away everything I knew about accounting and say, I am no more an accountant, even though
Wow.
my name is still on the ICA and
Yeah.
the CCA.
Yeah.
I'm no more an accountant. Now I'm the MD. Now my interest is marketing. So my finance manager was surprised, because he reported to me when I was in the region as the finance director. So he said, "You have changed." I said, "Yes, my KPI is no more
It's no more the ledger.
the ledger, the debit and credit, right?" So I mean, it was all sales marketing. How do we optimize? How do we
Yeah.
make sure we sell to people out there? Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I mean, you re-echoed one of my favorite lectures during my MBA course about, leadership, or probably like people sitting in your seats now. It's no more the traditional skill of the job, but it's more the networking, it's more the communication with your internal and external stakeholders. And looks like that's exactly what you're
Easy,
practicing now.
easy. If you stay in that traditional area, you will not grow. Yeah. So I tell my people in the finance team in accounting and all that. I had a meeting with them and I told them, you can do all the debit and credits and all that, but in MultiChoice we don't do debit and credits. We are not an accounting firm.
Yeah.
If you want to be in an accounting firm, go to Pricewaterhouse or Ernst and Young. Here we acquire subscribers, we service them, and we keep them on our base. So if you want to be part of this business, anything you do just think about these three things. So even if you are making payment to a vendor, just think about acquiring subscribers, servicing those subscribers, and keeping them, retaining them on our base. So make sure that if you're paying the vendor, you're paying on time so that the vendor can supply what they're supposed to supply, so that we can acquire a customer, service the customer, and keep the customer. So we needed to, have a whole mindset change, and stop from our traditional ways, to embrace modern ways of doing things.
I gotta be honest, your baptism is complete. It's totally complete, man.
It doesn't mean I will not go back to finance.
Oh, I don't think you will. With what you have tasted, I'm sure you now put it somewhere, crowd. But I mean, I'm excited for you because I know a bit of your story now. But today, let's get to talk about. We'll talk about work a bit later. But let's get to know you. You mentioned earlier that you're from Kumasi. Is that where you hail? Is that where you were born?
I'm from Asamankasi Enum.
Eastern region. Into your Chini?
Me Enumni.
Enum. Oh, okay.
Fine. We and the Kwapims are Guan. So I'm Guan.
Okay.
We and the Kwapims are together. So mostly people refer us as Kwapims.
Kwapim. Okay.
But I'm a Guan Enum. Asamankasi Enum. So Asamankasi has that Chim side. Has the Enum side, so I'm from the Enum side.
Is it together?
Yeah, it's together. It's one town, but it has the Achim side and then has
because I know Asamankasi. Because me you're Chini. If you see no.
I've seen no there's Asamankasi.
If you want one, I'm Asamankasi.
But yeah, so when you go to Asamankasi and say you're going to Asamankasi Enum, it'll take you. It's on the hilly side of Asamankasi. Yeah. So that's where I was born. That's where I went to primary and JSS.
I see.
But whilst I was in primary and JSS, I used to go to Kumasi a lot.
To do what?
My aunt and my sisters were there. So vacations, I would go to Kumasi most of the time. So when I finished JSS, I said, there's no way I want to go to secondary school. It's Kumasi. It's Kumasi.
Yeah.
Nowhere else. And at that time, the school that I knew was Prempeh because growing up in the 90s, you watch at that time it was called Brilliant Science and Maths.
Yes, it was the Brilliant Science and Maths quiz. Yeah.
So Prempeh, they were just winning every now and then. So Prempeh was the school.
I didn't hear of Presec.
Well, I don't want to be part of that debate. So I heard of Presec. Presec also won,
we're winning plenty. Yeah. We have 1-7. We have 1-7.
Yeah.
We are 7-11 God.
But at that time, it was more of Prempeh.
Right.
So Prempeh was the school that I knew. So when we were choosing schools, I chose Prempeh. I mean, I just wanted to go to Prempeh.
I see.
So when the results came, I did very well. I got, at that time, I got 7 ones. So I got 6.
Okay,
I get 6.
I could get 6.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you're a shark.
Yeah, well, right from there. So we went to Kumasi. I went with my aunt to Prempeh. And they said, okay, yeah, you've done well, we'll take you, but we'll give you history, general arts history.
General arts.
But for me, right from primary school JSS, all I wanted to do was accounting.
Really?
Yeah, so in JSS, I had a headmaster who, enlightened me a bit. I was doing very well with this business master, the one that they said, okay, if 7 people took 3 days to weed this place, how long will it? I was doing very well.
I didn't like those ones.
You didn't like it? Yeah, so
if 7 people took 3 days to weed, there's nothing else to weed.
It's finished.
It's finished. Why are 2 people coming to weed again?
So I was doing very well there. So he said, no, you do well in business. Because this business maths, if it takes this to do that, how long will it take? So he said, you do well in business. So, when you go to secondary school, just do business and become an accountant. So I developed the interest right from there.
Okay.
So when we went to Prempeh, they said they'll give me general arts history. I said, no, I want business. I said, the business class is full. You have to know someone, go, blah, 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 before they put you there. So my aunt wanted me to go, but I said, no, I want business. So she spoke
you
to
insisted?
Yeah, I insisted.
That's nice.
So she spoke to a friend of hers that said, "Don't worry, Kumasi High School, they'll take him whatever course he wants because his results grades are good."
Yeah.
So that friend of my aunt was an old student of Kumasi High School.
Okay.
So he said, "Okay, yeah, I mean, let's go see the headmaster." Went to see the headmaster with my results. They didn't hesitate. They said, "You are here.
Bring him, bring him.
We will give you science because your grades are good." There again, I said, "No, I don't want science."
You say you don't want science. Hey,
I don't want science.
you don't want doctorate.
No, doctor you can get. You can do PhD. And you can do
you want a PhD
you want a
doctor.
PhD one. So I insisted, and they gave me business. So I started, but I think Kumasi High School was a blessing. Looking back, I said, it was God that said, you have to go to Kumasi High School.
Yeah.
Kumasi High School, that's where I developed my music, ministry.
Oh, okay.
We had a strong choir called the Shalom Singers, a school band, with all the instruments at that time, keyboard, bass, drums, lead guitar, everything.
So which one did you learn?
Keyboard.
Okay.
So I play the piano. I've been playing in church for
Are you serious?
a while. I've played.
Wow.
Nowadays,
There's a keyboard here.
yes,
You
we
see
can,
the keyboard
we can
here?
do some worship. We can. Now I've played in Ghana at that time. Well, we'll get to the university side. When I came to university, I was also very instrumental in Legon.
Wow.
We organized some of the big programs, on campus at that time. I played.
Wow.
I think I played a lot on campus.
Do you still play now?
Yeah, I still do.
In church?
In church.
Okay.
A bit of, now with work and all that, I don't get to play as much as
Okay.
I want.
Yeah.
I have a big keyboard at home, so I play.
Oh, I see.
At my spare time. So yes, Kumasi High School was a blessing. I got to develop my music talent there. I was keyboardist for the choir right from the first year. I got mentors who helped me. I met one mentor who's still a mentor. It was my English teacher. He was a pastor in Harvest Chapel then in Kumasi, but was also teaching English. He needed a keyboardist, and he took me to church, and that's when I started, playing in church.
Okay.
So I started playing for Harvest Chapel in Kumasi, and then when I came to Accra, also Harvest Chapel, I've been playing.
Wow.
I've been the main keyboardist for a long time.
That's
Nowadays I don't get the chance.
That's serious, eh?
Yeah.
You're a big man.
A big God.
Yeah, you got a big God. Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you just didn't go study in Cohese. You came out with some great talent as well.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Were you a prefect or anything?
So I didn't want to be because I was so much into music. I didn't want to be, and I wanted to focus on books and music.
And just music.
I'm sure if I took some prefect's role or something would have, derailed me a bit. But yeah, I focused on my books and music.
Was there a plan for the music bit that you were doing though? Did you want to get to a certain level? Did you see yourself probably creating something, becoming a producer of music or something?
Yeah, I really wanted to. In fact, we did some production on campus in Legon in 2005. So in Legon, I was a music director of the Chosen Vessels Choir. It's still there on campus now.
The Chosen Vessels.
The Chosen Vessels Choir is on campus now. We did a production actually in 2005. It's there. Maybe one of these days we have to refresh it and
and bring it to me. Let me use you to do some praise and worship.
Yes,
here.
yes.
You
No,
know?
we did some nice, stuff
Wow.
there. I wanted to, carry it on, but in Ghana at that time, I think music was not really, so
Especially
I said,
gospel music was quite tough to
tough,
break through.
tough. So I said, you know what, focus on your accounting. Music can be a, a side thing. So I was playing in Harvest Chapel. their annual program, Harvest Praise.
Yeah.
I was playing there most of the time. Yeah, so I did it alongside, but I'm sure once I was climbing up and it was becoming busier, I couldn't, sustain that same level of
Yeah.
involvement. Yeah.
Great. Well, if you're just joining us here on Personality Profile, I'm spending time with the CEO of MultiChoice Ghana, Mr. Alex Okyere. We're live on Facebook. You can actually go check out the video. If you have any comments or questions, you can send them on our WhatsApp 055-1111-997. Okay, so now you're out of Cohese with your business certificate. You gain admission to Legon.
Yes.
And what did you study there?
So I studied BSc admin.
Okay.
Again, I didn't want to study any other thing.
You were focused.
I was focused on this accounting thing. I was so focused. And I think that's one of the lessons everybody should learn. It depends on how much you desire something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That propels you a lot. So I finished Cohese, got A's in all my electives.
Wow.
Accounting, business management, costing, economics. Got all my A's there.
Looks like you've always been a first student, like a top student.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
How do you think? Is it a natural thing, or probably your upbringing or your parents guided you to develop these very sharp academic,
Yeah. So when I was much younger, I spent a lot of time with my grandfather, step-grandfather actually, who was, very enlightened then. He was a House of Folk fan. That's how come I'm also a House of Folk fan.
Okay.
But at that time, at a young age, I spent a lot of time with him. He would send me to go and buy papers, graphic, this, Has News and all that. They say, you have to read. You read for me. Some of the things say, I cannot read. You have to read for me. So that's where I developed it, right? So he was so keen in whatever I'm doing, in school. So you have to be first. He insisted.
Okay.
So I think that was where it all started.
It all came from. But what were your parents?
Look, Asamankasi. So
okay,
we're in Asamankasi together, but my grandfather and grandmother were staying in a different place. It was just a walking distance.
But you lived with them?
But I lived with my parents.
Okay.
Right? But I'll go every now and then to my grandfather's house in the mornings, every now and then. Those times we had the morning and afternoon school.
Yeah.
I went to a site too,
Yes.
So in the morning when you have afternoon, I'll go spend most of the time with my grandfather.
Till it's time for school.
Till it's time for school, then I'll go in the afternoon. So I spent a lot of time with him.
Oh, I see. What were your parents into?
My mother is a trader. Father was a farmer. Humble beginnings.
I see. And you had siblings?
Yeah, the fifth.
Of how many?
Of 6.
Of 6?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a lot of 2 elder brothers and 2 elder sisters.
I see. Yeah. How was growing up? Was it challenging?
It was, Asamankasi at that time was not your Accra, Kumasi.
Yeah.
It was remote, so it was tough. You need to go to the farm.
Yeah.
Your father is a farmer. You need to follow your father to the farm and all that. Yeah, it was tough.
Walk a certain distance
to
school.
Yes, walk. You walk to school. I mean, where is car? Where?
I see where is car. You walk to school every day.
Every day and walk back.
Yeah.
And those times, sometimes the teacher will say, "Monfe Jambre school." Uncha ebre school.
Charlie.
So you do.
I can relate. I totally can relate.
Yes. On Saturday you go and try the ija, and then on Monday you take it to school. So it was tough, but
do you know Abompe? Have you heard of Abompe?
No.
Do you know Genase?
Yes, I've heard of Genase.
Yes. So just by Osino. So from Osino, you go to Genase before you go to Abompe.
Okay.
I used to walk from Abompe to Genase. That's where my school, Rapid Preparatory, was.
Oh. Bro.
brothers in walking.
We suffered.
So bad. So I can totally relate to that Samakesi lifestyle.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I actually mentioned that. But
yeah.
anyway, it all led to, the great stuff that you made of yourself from high school to
Um,
university. In fact, while you were in level 300
mm,
at Legon, you had already become a chartered accountant.
yes, that was how badly I wanted it.
Wow.
So when I started Legon first year, started business admin. So I remember vividly, I was in the Legon Hall, gym block, gym 4 actually, gym 4 was the room. So we with some brothers and all that. I remember there was one guy that was in G5, a room after us. I was having a chat with him once, and he said, "Do you know it's ACCA?" I was telling him, "Me, I want to be an accountant and all that. So when I finish school, I want to write ACCA, become an accountant." He said, "Do you know you can even start writing it now?" Because so I worked with him. I remember I worked with him at that time. ACCA office was at Circle. He was an Accra boy, so he knew Accra.
Yeah.
Kumasi boy, I think I'm over. So I worked with him from Legon to Circle to ACCA office.
Are you serious?
Yes, that was
Legon to Circle.
Yes,
This circle here.
this Circle here.
Hey.
That was where ACCA office was. So we walked from Legon to Circle. Went to ACCA office. Said we are from Legon. We want to start writing ACCA. So they showed us, the forms that you have to fill, the sites and all that. So when we came back, I asked him, we should all write. Let's all write together. So he also wanted to write. In fact, we registered together, but he dropped off along the line. But I continued. So I started writing ACCA right from the second semester of level 100. First semester was when I had went inquiries, filled forms, tried to register. And at that time, you had to pay pounds.
Yeah, I
Pay
remember
pounds
that.
to
Yeah.
register. Fortunately, my aunt had traveled to UK at that time. So, pounds kakraba.
Yeah.
Until to me sending me pounds kakra. But you will send,
Yeah.
you send some pounds. So I registered, started writing second semester, level 100. So I wrote
Level 100.
level 100 second semester.
Wow.
So I was doing my BSc and then writing ACC at the same time. I remember some of the times I'll have a clash. So I have a paper in Legon in the afternoon. I have ACCA paper in the morning. One of them was so stressful. The first time I started writing ACCA, we were writing in Tema, some YX center in Tema. That's where we were writing it. So I'll go to ACCA in the morning. ACCA started at 9. So like 3 hours or so you're done.
Yeah.
And the paper here is 2 p.m. So I'll finish like 12, walk to Community 1, get Legon Trotro,
Yeah.
straight to Legon. Get to Legon entrance, walk to my room in G4, put the ACCA book somewhere. Small time to go through this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the exam hall, right.
And you never filled the paper.
ACCA, I failed 2 papers, but I rewrote them.
Okay.
The first time I wrote 3 papers, I failed 1.
Yeah.
Then the second one, I said, okay, I'll write 4. Because I have to write the 3 and add the 1 that I've failed.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. So I wrote 4. I passed 3. I failed 1. Then the next one, I said, no, I have to write 4 again.
Yeah.
Because I have to bring that 1.
Yeah.
Then I got all the 4.
Wow.
From there, I didn't fail again to the last final papers. So ACCA final papers, at that time, you need to write 3 papers and you need to pass all of them together at a sitting. If you fail one of them and you got below a certain mark, you have to write all the 3 again.
And you managed to combine
I
that with your
managed to combine it.
SC.
So it was tiring. So I would say really I didn't have a social life in Legon. It was when I finished, I was like, Charlie, my school.
The things that were enjoying on
Oh,
campus, you didn't enjoy
I
some.
never went to whole week, all
Really?
beach, I never.
The beach parties.
I never. So I was doing just ACCA, the Legon studies itself, doing music. That was all.
Oh.
No social life. To me, about 4-0.
This is not.
It's not good. It's not good.
Hey.
It's not good.
Oh
Yeah,
no, but I'm totally impressed because it takes a lot of guts to do the things that you did, you know, and I'm sure a lot of young people who are listening will take motivation and inspiration from all that you did.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm getting some very interesting messages here. Giftiando Apia, my very good friend and former colleague here, says I love this man and his spectacular story. It's a deep inspiration. Please share my admiration with him, and his love for God and church is also really inspiring to those of us who believe. Amazing. Abe, could kindly pull up this message for me on our WhatsApp as well. You can send us yours on 055 997. The first message is from Edmond Awaite, who says, go up a little bit for me, Abeku. I'm very impressed with the CEO of MultiChoice. I am learning the following lessons from him: commitment, consistency, determination, focus. My question to him is, what strategic role should marketing play in organizational performance? And he says he will bring you a book for your impressive performance as well.
Oh,
That's
great,
nice.
great.
But he wants to know what strategic role marketing should play in organizational performance. We'll talk about that a bit later. But let's talk about after school, because you were so good that how many months after completing did Ernst and Young come to you?
Just 2 months. So
2 months after finishing
we
university.
completed in May, 15th May.
Mm-hmm.
1st July, started working with Ensign Young.
Wow.
So the Big Four would normally come to the school at that time, do presentations, and try to pick the cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they made us to apply. So I applied. Where I really wanted to be was PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because at that time, PwC was the ish.
Yeah.
Every accounting student wanted to work in PwC. Yeah. But I mean, all the Big Four are equally very solid places to work. So I started working with Ernst& Young in July. That was just 2 months after school. Started as an audit trainee, going on audits. Because I had already qualified, it was a bit easier because I had done ACC, which was more practical than the academic, accounting. So it was easier to understand, to marry the practice, with what I had learned. So I started on some of the big jobs. I remember I was on a team that audited Toyota Ghana then.
Okay.
Yeah. So just 3 months into Ernst & Young, PwC says, yeah, you're successful. We want you to come to PwC. So I left Ernst & Young. I remember it was difficult. I called.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just after 3 months.
Yeah, just 3 months. I called the partner and said, I'm sorry, but I want to go to PwC. He didn't like it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that was my choice. So I left Ernst & Young and joined PwC, and I learned a lot PwC. So mostly I would advise the young ones who are coming up who want to build career in accounting to start from a Big Four.
Okay.
You learn a lot in the Big Four. I mean, as a first year, auditor, you go to audit a company and you're having meetings with the MDs and the CFOs and so it exposes you, it builds your confidence right from the onset. So it's a good place to start, and they have a lot of training. I remember at that time we had one portal that was called Knowledge Curve. You go there, the training on IFRS is on everything is there. So you will learn a lot, and you learn a lot from the partners and all that. then you can move into industry when you think you have, gathered enough experience. Yeah.
Okay. So from there, where did you move to?
So from there, I moved to Newmont.
Okay.
So I was in PwC for like about 3 years, and Newmont came calling. So that was also another interesting move. At that time, there was this act in the U.S. called the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, 2002. After all the accounting scandals, Enron and all those things, the U.S. passed an act called the Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002 that brought certain requirements around internal controls, things that are supposed to be done to prevent those, scandals.
Yeah.
So all the U.S. The companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange and their major subsidiaries were supposed to comply with that. Newmont, Ghana being one of them, they were supposed to comply. So they were looking for a compliance manager that would be in charge of SOX compliance.
Okay.
Fortunately, when I was in PwC, I was auditing companies like Goldfields, who were already supposed to comply. So I was exposed to the Act and the requirements of the Act. One famous section 404, was where the internal controls requirements were supposed to be complied with and all that. So within 3 years in PwC, I had learned a lot about SOX.
Yeah.
We call it SOX, SOX.
Yeah.
Sarbanes-Oxley, integrated audits. So it was just 3 years. Newmont needed someone in-house to make sure they comply with that. So I got a call from Newmont. The financial controller then, Walter Riches, called me. They were looking for someone to come in. They are looking for someone with 7 years experience, but that was scarce then because the act had been passed. No, not a lot of people were exposed to the act.
And you had done just 3 years.
Just 3 years, but I said, yeah, but you are the right person.
Wow.
Because you have the exposure to the act. You've done audits, integrated audits. So.
And straight away you got a managerial role.
Yes, right from there. So
and that was your first managerial role.
First managerial role.
Wow.
In PwC you could say some team leader roles because when we went for audits, the senior most person mostly will be the team leader.
Yeah.
And because I was qualified, that gave me a lot of mileage.
Yeah.
So on the field, I did some team leadership, roles. But Newmont was my first managerial role.
Okay.
So I took the role. Walter Riches was very helpful because he himself was an ex-PwC.
Okay.
So, when you go to industry, most of the big four pride themselves of where they worked, before. So, I'm ex-PwC, so I'll help you, He bought books for me, one-on-one, sessions, helped me. So it was very comfortable. I eased into it. And I did well in Newmont. I did very well.
So you'd later also work in the mining sector?
Yeah,
work in Nigeria for a bit?
Yeah, so after Newmont.
Okay, yeah, before you went to Schlumberger?
Yeah, so when I was in Newmont, I was in Newmont for about 3 years. And then I had a strange call from London. Up to now, I don't know how the person got my number. So I got a call from London that said, Schlumberger is looking for segment financial controller in Nigeria. Are you interested? I said, why not? It was an opportunity to go outside Ghana, have international experience and exposure. And at that time, my boss in Newmont had moved to another role.
Okay.
So it was easier. I mean, it was easier not to break his heart to say, I'm leaving and all that.
Yeah.
So I accepted that role. It was challenging because, at that time, moving to Nigeria was a bit scary. My family said, do you really want to go to Nigeria? With all the things we've heard about Nigeria, Lagos and all that. But I said, no, this is a big company. It's a global giant in the oil service industry. And so I'm sure they'll take care of me. So, and it was, the salary was...
It was good.
It was good.
They're like, you want me to turn down this money? What are you talking about?
No. I said no. I'll go. I remember I went to Asamankasi,
Hey,
went to meet my grandmother. I said, "Are you sure you want to really go?" I said, "Yes, I'm going. I've signed the contract. I've sent."
they're like, Nana Janyo
Eh,
kind of
Jerry,
cry.
recorded
Recorded
that.
that.
I think their fears was also from the fact that an uncle of mine that moved to Nigeria, in the 80s when
Yeah.
a lot of Ghanaians moved to Nigeria, never came back.
Hmm.
So they said, so my grandmother said, my son,
Yeah.
this went, your uncle went,
Yeah.
never came back. Are you sure you want to go to?
No, times have changed.
Yeah, times have changed. So I went. It
see.
was a blessing.
Okay.
I normally quote this scripture, Judges 14:14, that says, "Out of the eater, something to eat." So the thing that they think will eat you up, you rather get something,
Out
from
of
there.
it.
Out
Yeah.
of the strong, something sweet.
Yeah.
So I think Nigeria was a blessing.
Right.
Today,
right.
if I have the opportunity to go back, I'll go back.
You do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Well, finally, I think you made your way to Kenya for a bit as well.
That's right.
And then back to Ghana
Yes.
to head MultiChoice.
That's right.
And how challenging has this MultiChoice role been?
Like I said from the onset, it was very challenging from the first few months because there was a lot of pressure. The sales department not really functioning the way they expected in terms of acquiring customers and bringing more people on board on the base, and then Go TV also not really doing as they expected to do. So that's why they said, okay, Alex, you're from Ghana, go back to Ghana and see what you can do there. So the first few months was very challenging. Like I
Right.
said, sleepless nights. I used to go to the office very early. I was always the first person to get to the office. And that was how much I desired it. I was like, I need to turn this around.
Yeah.
I need to change the story. So I'll go to the office 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is 8 a.m. Dubai time.
Yeah.
I want to start with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I can close with them also because when
Yes.
they close at whatever time, it's still afternoon here.
yeah.
Then I can relax a bit. You
Yeah.
know. So first few months was very tensed. Presentations upon presentations. I was traveling a lot to Dubai, to South Africa for presentations
Yeah.
on how we turn things around. So
And I think it's even more challenging in your industry because Ghana, for example, has very strong free-to-air channels.
that's right.
So pay TV has
Difficult.
an arduous task.
Yes, difficult. So
You know?
in Ghana now we have over 100 FTA
Yeah.
channels, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you buy an FTA box, you can catch 100 free channels.
Yes.
Why do you want to
Pay DSTV every month.
Yeah, so it was a challenge. It's still a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to show the value, right, that you get on DSTV. I mean, there's so much value
Yeah.
in DSTV. And then our messaging, our sales and marketing messaging
Yeah.
needed to be there, strong,
Yeah.
clear, in the faces of the people. That was
Yeah.
the strategy. Right? So I'm sure now if you drive through Accra, you see us,
Yes.
you feel us.
And even on air, I see you've done a lot of great work with, talking about the great content, the kind of content,
That's
the
right.
iconic content that you have on there,
That's right.
and all of that. And I
That's
think
right.
that's probably helping
That's
as well.
right. That's right. And we've launched Aquaba Magic.
Yes,
which is
Aquaba
our
Magic is
local
working
channel,
nice.
local Ghanaian channel.
With some very good Ghanaian
very
content
good
as well.
Ghanaian content, So it's about differentiating our pay TV offering
Yeah.
from FTAs to give people the reason to to convert and
Yeah.
pay something small to come on
Yeah.
pay TV.
But then again, too, you have the other challenge of digital versus traditional, because the way people consume content lately has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, the time spent on digital media increased significantly in the last decade, while traditional media itself has reached an all-time low this year. So,
It's a fight.
yeah,
And the way we're doing that is to future proof ourselves with Showmax. So
Oh,
today
right.
we have Showmax. You can even get a Premier League on Showmax.
Yeah.
So, but still internet penetration in Ghana is a bit low
Right.
compared to some other markets like South Africa, Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
So we are getting ourselves ready,
Okay.
but we are not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
No, I mean this is very, very interesting. You've had a very beautiful journey. Can I get some of the messages if Abeko is there? There's so many very wonderful messages that I want to read. Some here. Wow, Lexis, I met this great man for the first time in Tema over the weekend, and very unassuming. I must confess, his story is very inspiring. Great convo, Lexis. Thank you so much. And this one says, I'm really enjoying the conversation. I use DSTV premium package, and most often the programs are repeated. Is there something I'm not doing right, or is there another package I have to subscribe to? What does he have to do?
So sometimes I think people focus on just few channels, because if you have premium, you have a lot of channels.
Okay,
You need to do some content discovery.
It's true.
Yeah. So try other channels.
Yeah.
And then you see that you have a
whole variety.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I mean, the other day I was just looking through, and I'm always discovering new channels on DS. You're like,
Yes.
now where's Waha?
Yes, yes, even myself. Sometimes, I flip through the channels and you see something that you had never seen before. If you watch one channel for paid TV, definitely there will be some repeats.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Anyway, I'm sure life has taught you a lot of lessons. I mean, this journey you've had a very colorful journey.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson it's taught you?
Desire. If you desire it enough, you can get it. How much do you desire something? Because when you desire something, you're focused. Nothing can move you, from the focus. You're determined. So I've learned that if I want something, I need to have that strong desire for it. And once you have that desire from deep down, you go for it and you get it.
That's the hunger. Fight for it.
Hunger.
Wow.
Are you hungry? You'll get it.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's your biggest regret?
I don't regret anything. Life is for the living. I don't think I have any regrets.
What's your greatest fear?
That I'll not be able to pay my kids' school fees. I if my kids are well and doing fine, happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
How
many do you have?
I have 3 kids.
How many more?
I think I'm done.
Have you had this conversation with wifey?
She knows.
This one that you are here saying, I think I'm done. I'm sure she's like, shit. Please, we want more. Alex, we want more accountants. Anyway, I'm so happy that we got to have this conversation. I know you're a member of the Ghana CEO Network.
Yep.
Let me say regards to Ernest de Graft, Chancellor, my very good friend.
Yeah.
And the Ghana CEOs Network for doing an amazing job as well. Now, there are so many young people, and I'm sure tonight as well, some people will take you as a mentor because you have a very wonderful life story. But if you had to advise anybody out there, based on what you've experienced in life, what would it be?
Yeah, I'll still say what I have said. Go for it. Are you hungry for something? How much hungry are you?
Yeah.
If you have the hunger and desire, I mean, things mostly fall in place.
Yeah.
When you have the hunger and the desire, you see that the stars will be aligned.
Yeah.
For you. I was hungry for accounting, and everywhere I went, Ernst & Young, PwC, everywhere. I got mentors to help me.
Yeah.
When they see the hunger, they want to help you.
Right.
So, if there's one advice I can give to the young guys coming out there, develop the hunger. I mean, have the hunger for it. Yeah. If you're hungry for it, you can get it.
There you go. Well, I've learned a lot this evening, and I hope you have as well. This man is a great man. So Alex Okyere is the CEO of MultiChoice Ghana, and we've been having a great conversation. Make sure you reconnect your decoder
Yes.
from tonight.
Please.
Go reconnect your Go TV and your DSTV,
Yes.
because there's really so much good content. I mean, I think I need to explore a few more of the channels, because
Yes.
I'm mostly stuck on two. That's the what's it? Is it 234?
Okay.
The tennis channel.
Tennis channel.
I watch tennis.
Oh, you love tennis.
All through.
Ah.
And from next week, US Open is back.
Yes.
So I'm sure I'll be sleeping at 4 a.m. because of the time difference, the matches are mostly played at dawn.
Yeah.
So yes, I'll be watching a lot of US Open. And of course, this weekend there's Premier League action as well.
From tomorrow, actually.
From tomorrow,
Our
absolutely.
favorite team, Chelsea, is playing.
Chelsea is playing. And tomorrow day we have to win, my guy.
No, if we don't win tomorrow, dear Charlie,
As someone said,
the season will be a long season.
long season, don't get that. And then there's Big Brother Niger season 8, the All Stars edition as well. You can go check it out on channel 198. Connect your Go TV and DSTV and enjoy all these wonderful content. And check out Aquaba Magic,
Right.
The Jama channel as
Yes,
well.
the Trace Jama,
My goodness, I just totally love it. I don't know what your favorite DSTV channel is, but well, tonight you might go and explore. If you haven't connected, reconnect ASAP. I'm Lexis Bill, and my guest has been Mr. Alex Okyere, CEO of MultiChoice. Thank you, Alex.
Very much.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Uncle Ken will be on your radio this very shortly. I see a smile on his face. I want to say hello to Uncle Ken. I haven't said hello to him in a while. Hello, Uncle Ken. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Lexis.
Yes.
Good evening. Good evening to you and to Alex.
Yes.
Okay.
Talking of DSTV.
Yeah.
Oh, Lexis. Some of us are suffering.
Are you? Why are you suffering, Uncle Ken?
Premium plus extra view.
Uh-huh.
$680 a month.
Hey. Why it's too much, eh?
Hey, Alex, don't you think so?
But Uncle Ken, you are getting good value. Over 100 and something channels.
As for me, that's my only entertainment.
You see?
So it's good value for money, isn't
For
it?
me, that's my only entertainment. So,
Yeah.
Because of DSTV, I hardly go out.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, I can get all my entertainment. on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But the quachas,
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, we all love our football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to stay in
all
business.
sports. I watch all sports. I was just watching the World Athletics.
I
Yeah.
see.
I just saw the 400 meters just before
Wow.
I came here.
Oh,
Wow.
great.
Wow.
I watch all kinds of sports, and I love my cricket.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
I cannot do without premium.
You see the variety.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot do
Yeah.
without premium.
Yeah.
But,
Well, the good thing too is Joy News is on it.
oh yes.
So if you tune
Yes,
into
yes,
channel 421,
Joy Prime,
you get
Joy News.
News on
We're
there.
all there. So
And this weekend there's some good coverage that the Joy News team will bring your way as well.
Charlie Watte.
Charlie
on.
Watte is there. The
Yeah.
elections coming up and all of that.
Yeah.
Joy News is on channel 421. So of course. You might want
it's a
to
lifesaver,
stay there.
though.
Yeah. So Uncle
Yeah.
Ken, I know is heavy on your pockets, but
Yeah. But
maybe I should tell Alex to do something
do
special for
something
you.
small.
For you. This is a special one for Uncle Ken.
Special one, Charlie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken is going to be on your radio after the news. Have a great evening.